Hello, my name is Chloe. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm bringing to you my December book haul. So sorry if the lighting is a little bit weird. There is currently snow outside, which is insane, and it's just throwing my lighting off quite a bit, but I wanted to sit down and film this video while I had an empty house, no distractions, and yeah, I'm sat down on the floor because I needed quite a lot of space, and you will probably know why from the title. I don't know how many books are here yet. I'm going to count them as I edit the video and put that in the title. I am guessing there has to be at least 60. I feel like it's going to be a much scarier number than that. But yeah, there's a few here. So what I actually did is I was technically on a book buying ban in December, which has gone all right, to be honest. Quite a few of these were gifts. I then bought 36 books for £10, which didn't count in the book buying ban because who could ignore that deal? We've got a couple of freebies, a couple of charity shop books. Really, I didn't stick to the book buying ban, but I needed it this month. I won't talk about it for too long. We've all heard enough of what is happening in the world. But I think I just needed that little bit of book shopping to get me through December. And I also have a lot of gifts. And I have spent a gift card that I have for WH Smith's, which the order will arrive in January. So that's counted as January's haul. Shall I just stop talking? We have enough books. I'm not going to be able to explain them all in detail because there are far too many. But yeah, right. First three are from A Box of Stories. They sent me a YA box and I have 3 here that I've held on to. So if you don't want to be spoiled for that video, if you haven't watched it yet and you'd like to, then please skip ahead, go watch that video, whatever, or just watch the content twice because I'm not going to go into detail. The first one I have is Drama Rama by E. Lockhart. This is a contemporary story about a summer drama camp. Then I have Birdie by Jess Valance, which is a thriller about an obsessive friend, is all I've picked up. And finally we have a sci-fi, which is Defy the Stars by Claudia Gray, which just says love is the ultimate rebellion. So intrigued. Also, can we just appreciate this? Oh, it's gorgeous. Next, I have 2 books that are actually prompted by November's Sisters Approximately pick, which was The Merciless by Danielle Vega. So this is actually a different copy. I had a paperback copy and decided I wanted the hardbacks because I'm going to collect them all. So I am buying these secondhand. They're a little bit worse for wear, but I just feel like the hardbacks are such a nicer addition to my shelves. So actually, I've just flicked it and it says for mature audiences only. Is it still YA? I think it's YA. The story reads as YA, but all the content might be adult. Please do go check out our live show if you're intrigued in this in any way. If you've read it and you want to hear our thoughts, it was such a fun live show to do. So on that note, I also have The Merciless number 2 in hardback, like secondhand, so not the best condition, but I own it. And I can't wait to have all 4 of the books lined up next to each other. They're all very different. So yeah, just intrigued to see what the next one will look like when I finally get it. Maybe I should have bought it by now. Now we have some charity shop books. The first one is The Vampire Diaries, The Awakening and the Struggle by LJ Smith. I've been talking for too long already. My voice is not loving it. I absolutely love The Vampire Diaries, the TV show. I'm considering starting my rewatch again very soon. It's just my ultimate comfort. So I decided it's time to give the books a try. Even though I've heard they're very, very different, but I just want to revisit the characters, really, because I assume the characters can't be too different, but we'll see. Next, I have The Boy Who Loved Anne Frank by Ellen Feldman. This is a book about what if the guy hiding with Anne Frank had survived the war, and then he creates a new persona, is that what I mean? Like he gets a new name and stuff and continues living his life. I was intrigued by this and it was 50p, so I couldn't leave it. Then we have Wild Like Me by Louise Pentland. There's still in the charity shop books. This is a very chunky adult contemporary, like a chick lit style story. It says you'll never forget the day you meet Robin Wilde, and Robin is a cool single mum is all I remember from the blurb of that. Next we have one that I already have a buddy read planned with Emily for, and that is Lullaby by Layla Slimani, is how I think her name is pronounced. This is called The Nanny in the US, I believe. It says, is Lullaby the next Gone Girl? This author's book on a killer nanny is a must read. So, thriller about a killer nanny. I'm up for it. This is the final charity shop book. We have An Anatomy of a Scandal by Sarah Vaughan. This is an adult thriller where a woman's husband is accused of a crime, I can't remember what, and the wife wants to prove that he did not do it. So should be interesting. Next, a book I have been waiting for until I saw it for a cheap price because I'm a cheapskate, and that is Tender as the Flesh by Augustina Bazterrica. Apologies if I've butchered that. So this is a dystopian book where you cannot eat animal meat anymore, you have to eat human meat. That's all I needed to know. It's very short and I actually might try and fit this in before the end of December. Next, we have the Reposed book for December. So again, skip ahead if you don't want spoilers. I do have a full unboxing of that box on my channel. But the book was Tiger by Polly Clark, which I couldn't even tell you what it's about apart from a tiger. And me and Chelsea, who also gets this box, or got the December box, I should say, have already planned a buddy read to try and get through this because it's not my normal cup of tea and I'm very confused just by the blurb and it's that long. So we need help to get through the book. And finally, some I actually picked up this morning when I went for a quick trip to the shops for something to do. I've got Final Draft by Riley Redgate. I got this for £3 in HomeSense, so was loving life. I read 7 Ways You Lie by Riley Redgate and it was okay. It was like a 3.5 star read. This looks cute. I've heard the title before. Don't really know much about it, but I'm gonna go with it. And the last one I bought in this section, this is chaos already, A Taxonomy of Love by Rachel Allen. This cover just drew me in. It's absolutely gorgeous. And I know nothing about it apart from YA contemporary, and it's lovely looking, and it was £5, so I know nothing about this. Okay, now we're on to the Jacqueline Wilson books that I bought. I bought 36 of them for £10. I then believe I got down to 33 because a couple were duplicates. Then I found another duplicate after I started reading it. I have read, how many have I read? I've read 2, so I'll talk about them first. And they're over there in a big stack. I'm not going to try and pull them all out. The first one was Sleepovers, which is just a very quick story about some sleepover birthday parties. And also Buried Alive, which is another very quick story about a guy who takes his friend on holiday. Sleepovers, I did not rate because I wasn't sure, and Buried Alive, I think I gave 1 star, maybe 2 stars. But yeah, let's go through the rest of them. I'll try not to say too much about them. Jacqueline Wilson was my favourite childhood author. I think Kathy Cassidy came in slightly below her, but Jacqueline Wilson was my all-time favourite. And yeah, this is going to be an interesting project to get through them all. So, Double Act, it's about some twins. I think that one's pretty obvious. The Lottie Project, which is about a girl who does a school project on Victorians and like a Victorian nanny, I think. The book I can never pronounce, Glub Slime, which is about Toad, I think, in a witch's pond. I never understood that one. I have read it before, but I need to read it again. Secrets, which is, I believe it's about one girl who's getting like abused at home and they keep diaries, I think. Suitcase Kid, can't remember apart from the fact she's got a suitcase. Oh, when my parents split up, they didn't know what to do with me. Also a very quick one, so I could try and read that one soon. Bad Girls, which I believe is about like a bit of a, I don't want to say goody two shoes, it's a kid's book, but Mandy, who's been picked on at school, and then she befriends Tanya, who is a bit of a bad girl, as it suggests, and she starts getting her involved in some stuff she probably shouldn't be doing. I remember loving this one. Clean Break, which I think, could be completely wrong, is about a family who are going through divorce and the dad leaves, I think. Oh, first one here, I have no idea. Sapphire Battersea. So this one came out way after I stopped reading Jacqueline Wilson. When did it come out? Okay, 2011, so I could have still been reading it, but I'd stopped by this point. This is part of the Hetty Feather series. Hetty Feather, which looks like this, I actually don't have, and I think I have books 2, 3, 4 and 5 in that series, so I need to get hold of Hetty Feather. This could be book number 2, who knows? I'll point out the ones I think relate to this. The Longest Whale Song, which I don't think I read. So a girl whose mom's in hospital. I don't know. Whales are cool though. Lola Rose was one of my favourites. I know nothing about it. When mom has to go to hospital, Lola Rose is forced to be more grown up than she really feels. I don't know about that one. I don't remember it at all, but I know I liked it. Another one I'd never read, Katie, Can You Still Fly If You Can't Walk? Is this a newer one? Yeah, 2015, so definitely I was 17 when this came out, so I wouldn't have been reading Jacqueline Wilson. Okay, so she relishes the feeling of soaring skywards, but after a horrible accident, her spirits sink to their lowest point. So, interesting. And one I'm actually kind of daunted, the Tracy Beaker trilogy. So this has the story of Tracy Beaker, what even are they? Starring Tracy Beaker and the Dare Game, I think is all of them. So the story of Tracy Beaker being the original Tracy Beaker story, starring Tracy Beaker is a Christmas story, I believe. And then I don't think I ever read the Dare Game, but this is, I don't know how well it'll pick up. It's like very glittery and it's a weird texture, but it's cool. That's stack number 1. Let's keep going. Little Darlings. I think I was too old for this one. It came out, no, 2010. So I wasn't too old, but I didn't read it. And I love the cover. It looks like a magazine. Two very different girls, one extraordinary friendship, Destiny and Sunset. I don't remember this book. Opal Plumstead. No idea what this one. 2014, so yeah, was probably too old. I don't mean too old like you can't go back and read these books, which I'm obviously doing now. I meant that when they came out, me personally, I would have been like, I'm too old to read that. Don't know anything about this one. Diamond, which is from the world of Hetty Feather, know nothing about it. Best Friends, which I definitely read as a child. Gemma and Alice have been best friends since they were born. Then one day Gemma finds out there's something Alice isn't sharing, a secret. It's just like best friends growing a little bit older and realising they don't have to do everything together, I think. One of my all-time favourites, Kiss. Don't remember what it was about. I know that there was like people kissing, and when did this actually come out? Okay, came out 2007. So yeah, I was probably reading this as like a 9-year-old. Wow, God, that's scary. And thinking it was a bit filthier than it was. It's probably nothing. I think this is my all-time favourite, My Sister Jodie, which is about a girl who's got a bit of a bad girl sister and she goes away to boarding school, I believe. Or they both go to boarding school. Wave Me Goodbye, which I've never heard of, very chunky. It is a World War II evacuee story, so that should be very cool. The Worst Thing About My Sister, which I've never heard of, like at all, came out 2012. The text is huge on the pages, so that should be a very quick read. And I think it'll be funny to read around my sister. Lily Alone, which I don't think I read. This one was, the page that says the year seems to be missing. How weird. Yeah, don't know when this came out, don't know what it's about. Candy Floss was one of my favourites as a child. Floss loves spending weekends with her dad in his Greasy Spoon cafe, even if it isn't the smartest place in town. When Floss's mom and her new husband Steve moved to Australia, Floss decides to stay at home with dad. Really enjoyed that one. Can't remember too much, but I did enjoy it. The Illustrated Mum, another all-time favourite. This is about Marigold, or is Marigold the mum? Okay, Marigold is the mum, and she's just a little bit different to other mums. Like, she's got piercings and tattoos, I think is pretty much her difference. And maybe she likes, like, tarot cards and stuff. But yeah, for a kid, she's a bit too different, and they are trying to come to terms with that her mom isn't a normal mum. Midnight, don't remember it. No, I loved it. It's about a girl called Violet. Fairies steal away babies and leave a changeling in their place. Don't know too much about it, but again, another very short one. Jackie Daydream, which is Jacqueline Wilson's autobiography, I believe. So there's a lot of pictures. I might give this one a go. I'm not too sure because it's not fiction. Emerald Star, which I think is part of the Hetty Feather series. It's absolutely gorgeous to look at, but I know nothing. My favourite book to look at of the books I have here, Clover Moon. It's gorgeous. Like, look at this. Absolutely gorgeous. But again, it's a newer one. I know nothing about it. It came out 2016, so 18-year-old Chloe did not know anything about what Jacqueline Wilson was doing. 4 Children and It. I don't know, there's 4 children and It. That's all I can give you. And the last one you'll be happy to know is My Mom, Tracy Beaker, which comes after the Tracy Beaker trilogy. And yeah, it's when Tracy Beaker has a kid. The cover is so cool, absolutely love it. Can't wait to get to that one because that should be very interesting. Right, I'm going to pause the recording now, put these books slightly out of my way so I can show you my Christmas presents, and then I'll finally let you go. Okay, here we go. So the first 2 I have here I signed up for Tandem Collectives Christmas book buddy swap. So all you had to do was you were paired up with someone, you got their likes and dislikes, and had to send them at least one book, new or used, and a Christmas card as like a nice Christmassy gift. I opened mine before Christmas because I have no chill, and I got 2 lovely books. So these were from, her name is Claire, and I will link her in the description, her Instagram. She doesn't even know I have a YouTube channel, but we may as well direct some love her way for the books she got me. First of all being Would Like to Meet by Rachel Winters. This is an adult contemporary about meet cutes, so definitely intrigued on that one. Might get to that pretty soon actually. And then she sent me a YA fantasy, which was Legendborn by Tracy Dion, which I don't know too much about at all. It wasn't really on my radar. The writing is tiny. I may need a buddy read for this one, but it does sound really interesting. Again, there's too many books here for me to give you full details, but some legacies are meant to be broken. Intrigued. Next, we have some presents from the lovely Victoria at What Victoria Read. She absolutely spoiled me. I do not deserve her. The first book was One by One by Ruth Ware. I don't really need to tell you what this is about too much. It's Ruth Ware's latest release, and I've been slowly working my way through her books. So I think I'm reading The Lion Game in March, potentially. I think after that I'm all caught up apart from this one. So getting there with Ruth Ware. Her books are always hit or miss for me. They're either, well, I've rated some 1 star, some 3 star, some 5 star. So I'm just praying that this is in the 5-star category because this book is gorgeous. She also sent me, because she's a babe, Mexican Gothic by Silvia Moreno Garcia. I know nothing about this apart from everybody loves it, and that is why it was on my wish list in the first place. I have not even looked into it. The colour is gorgeous. It's a horror is all I know. So exciting. Then we have a gift from the lovely Christina. Again, I will link her in the description. She sent me The Shadow Friend by Alex North. I have read his other book, The Whisper Man, which I didn't absolutely love, but I did appreciate the ideas. And a lot of people say this one is better. So this is an adult thriller / horror. It's a spooky thriller. Now we have a gift from the lovely Alice. Again, will be in the description. She sent me The Possible by Tara Altebrando. I only put this one on my list because I read The Leaving and absolutely loved it. So I decided I wanted to give more of her books a go. Yeah, this is also in mixed media in some places, so I feel like that's going to be a quick and easy read, and I'm excited for it. Next, we have some gifts from the lovely Laura. Again, will be linked in the description. All of you people spoil me. First, we have Breathless by Jennifer Niven, which I only knew existed because I've read her other books, All the Bright Places and Holding Up the Universe, which I gave 3 to 4 stars and 5 stars. I know nothing about it apart from YA Contemporary, which is why it drew me in. She also sent me The Inheritance Games by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. This is a pretty recent addition to my wish list. I like the sound of it when Heather from Bookables explained it, so I decided I wanted to go. It is a girl is given a billionaire's like full estate and nobody knows why, and she doesn't know why. Is kind of the thing that's going on. It reminded me of The Death of Mrs. Westaway, like the synopsis. So I wanted to give it a go. And then she actually has a friend who is an author, so she gave me a copy of their book. So we have The Hunters by C.V. Frodsham, and it is signed by, so C, me being Claire, she signed it, which is really cute, and I really appreciate this. I'm hoping to get to it pretty soon, but I've said that with most of these books. But I am very intrigued. It's Civilization as We Know It is Dead. Definitely want to give this a go. Now we have one from Emily Kathleen Reads. She sent me The Hand on the Wall by Maureen Johnson, which is the 3rd book in the Truly Devious series. I recently reread Truly Devious. I have the 2nd book, The Vanishing Stair, on my TBR. It's like balancing here. I'm not going to try and take that out. So we'll finally be able to finish the series. Then I have Pages & Co. by Anna, well, Pages & Co. #1, Tilly and the Book Wanderers by Anna James, which was sent to me through like a wish list, what's the word? Like a wish list thread on Twitter from somebody called Laura. So I was very excited by this. I cannot track this person down though, which is annoying. But this is a middle grade that people have been raving about. So I am definitely excited to read this. Then I got some books from the lovely Emily from Novel Novels. She sent me the 13 Curses by Michelle Harrison, which I believe is a Red Riding Hood retelling. And she also sent me The Looking Glass Wars by Frank Bedore. which is an Alice in Wonderland reimagining retelling. So she's definitely got the retellings hyped up there. Both of these sound really interesting, so I am on board. And finally, my boyfriend got me a book. Because we have found a mutual interest where he watches the anime and I read the book, and we can talk about how they're different. So I have Sword Art Online Volume 2 by Reiki Kawahara, I believe is how you say their name. So yeah, this is based on, it is on Netflix actually, Sword Art Online, the anime, and I believe the anime came first. Now I've said that, am I going to be completely wrong? Probably, but let's just say these were written after the anime. Don't know. Maybe I should research that. But anyway, I want to get this one read pretty soon so that he can buy me book number 3 for my birthday in January. So those are all the books. Again, I will have in the title how many are here. I could not count them as I went. I am tired enough, but I will count them while I edit. If you've made it all the way to the end of this video, then thank you very much. Thank you again to everybody who sent me a Christmas gift. I am so grateful. I do not deserve any of you. Receiving a book from somebody I've spoken to online is it's so weird to explain. The feeling is just grateful, but like shock at the same time that anyone would want to get you a present. So again, so grateful, and thank you to everybody. My January haul is probably going to be pretty hefty as well, because I've got some books coming for an order I made on a WH Smith's voucher. So that is already 5 books that are coming in January. And it's my birthday, and my mom never knows what to get me for my birthday because she's got everything I wanted for Christmas. So she may be caving in to my Amazon wish list. So yeah, we will see. But thank you very much again for watching this video. I really do hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next one.